तिमिरारा ज्ञान सुचन्द्र किरणे करुणाश सुचन्द्र किरणे करुणाश जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु अद्भुतयांको परकाश अद्भुतयांको परकाश इहालोचन आनन्दधाम इहालोचन आनन्दधाम अयाचितो हेनो पतिता हेयो बहु अयाचितो हेनो पतिता हेयो बहु याची दयाला हरिनाम याची दयाला हरिनाम जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु अद्भुतयांको अद्भुतयांको परकाश दूरमत्यागति सतते असते मति दूरमत्यागति सततया सते मति नाही सुकृति लवलेश नाही सुकृति लवलेश श्री वृंदावन युगल भजन धन श्री वृंदावन युगल भजन धन ताहि करलो उपदेश ताहि करलो उपदेश जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु जय जय श्री गुरु प्रेम कल्पतरु अद्भुतयांको परकाश अद्भुतयांको परकाश निर्मल गोरा प्रेम Jane Puralo Jaga Janayasha Puralo Jaga Janayasha Sojarana mujhe rati nahi hoyalo Sojarana mujhe rati nahi hoyalo Jaya Jaya Shri Guru Prema Kalpataru Jaya Jaya Shri Guru Prema Kalpataru Adbhutayanko Paridasha Adbhutayanko Paridasha Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Patita Pavana Gurudeva Patita Pavana Gurudeva Jaya Patita Pavana Gurudeva Patita Pavana Gurudeva More Daya Karo More Kripa Karo Daya Karo More Kripa Karo More Daya Karo More Kripa Karo Daya Karo More Kripa Karo Shri Gurudev Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all to our second Centennial program of Srila Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev. Thank you for joining our program today. But I just announced we have two speakers and we have a special guest. Sripad Srihanti Maharaj is our special guest. First speaker is my brother Shamsundar Das. I have two brothers. One is Vijay Prabhu, who is very active in preaching here in Holland. He's doing Bhagavad Gita seminars and Srimad Bhagavatam classes. But this brother of mine, Shamsundar Das, he is not preaching yet. So it is his first time that he will speak in public through Zoom. So he is initiated by Srila Gurudev in 1996. First time when Srila Gurudev came in Holland, when he put his lotus feet dust here in Holland. Then my brother Shamsundar also went to the airport, also received Srila Gurudev, and also experienced some pastime with him. So what he has in his heart, I'm asking him, I'm requesting him to share with you. So he has 10 minutes or 15 minutes, he can speak. Shamsundar Das, he is here, I think.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you for the introduction, Ishikala, my big sister. First I want to bring my offering and my prayer. Mama jana tirinam nasha jana nasalakya chakshura militam yena tashmai Shri Guru Namaha. Vanchakalpa Kurubisha Kripa Sindhube Vacha Patitanam Pabhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabanu Jagatpate Gopishe Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasati Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sutta Devi Sachivacha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Haribol, Hare Krishna. Yes, I've been asked to speak a bit about Gurudev, my Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj. So, first I want to offer my obeisances to His Divine Grace, Om Vishnupad Sri Srimad Gaur Govinda Maharaj. And the same I want to offer to our beloved Gurudev, Nicha Lila Parishta, Om Vishnupad Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. And of course, I also want to bring my offering to our dear Maharaj. He's very close. He's in Holland now, as you heard. So, Siddhanti Maharaj, we want to hear from you after this. I'm curious to know what you're going to tell us. You always have very nice association in Gurudev, so probably have very nice things to tell us today. So, and of course, I want to bring my offering to all the assembled devotees that take time to listen today. So, welcome everybody. And like my sister said, I'm Shyam Sundar Das, the youngest brother from Shashikala and Vijay. I'm not really used to preaching and talking in public like this, so I'll do my best. Please bear with me. It's my first time to do it like this, so if I make any mistake, please forgive me. Okay. So I wanted to bring you back in 1996, just like my sister already told you. 1996 was a very special. It started actually as a very sad year. It became one of a very blessed year for the whole world actually. So my sister Sashikala already told you in the last session that we had a very special bond with His Divine Grace Gaur Govinda Maharaj. He was a very big inspiration to us. He actually. We already were in the movement in ISKCON, but when we start hearing from Gaur Govinda Maharaj, it really sparked a light in our hearts, in all of our hearts. We cannot explain it, but it motivated us so much. He started the way he preached. It touched us very deep, and we were also motivated and wanted to hear more and more and more about from his lotus lips. So. 1996 in February, we of course, probably a lot of you know Gaur Govinda Maharaj. He ended his pastimes in this world. That was a very sad day. I remember I was upstairs in our house, and all I hear downstairs, I heard crying. What is this? What's happening? Who's crying downstairs? So I ran downstairs and see my mother, my sisters, everyone crying. Say, what is happening? What is here? What is this drama? What is happening? And then they told me this, just got the call about Gaur Govinda Maharaj, and it blew my. It really broke all of us, and we couldn't imagine because we didn't even had so long association with Maharaj, and we were thinking years and years we will have association with him. And now we got this news, and it broke our heart. And I remember it was pouring down, it rained. We were in Holland, and I just went outside, and it kept on walking in the rain, crying, and thinking, how could this be? How could this happen? But it happened. So, and it you know, it's also said in, like it says in the book, the separation of your guru is very difficult to comprehend. So some can just go on, but a lot of us just really broke down actually. So we were really thinking on how can we come out of this? How can we get inspiration again about, I mean, he was so special. How can we get inspiration again? We were so saddened about it, and we didn't know where to look and where to find a speaker like that. But due to our fortune, we started hearing about some big Bhagavad in India. He was preaching very nicely, very sweet, and the same way actually like Gurudev Maharaj. And we were thinking, could it be? Could he actually, you know, inspire us again? Someone like that. So we started hearing about him, the way he preached his lectures. So we did in a small group. We started hearing more and more about this special soul. Of course, it was our soon-to-be Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, and he had never traveled to the West before. So 1996, all was being arranged to make that travel, coming to the West and to preach in the West. So we were very anxious. We were very anxious to see him. We already heard so much about him and his lectures. So we were very anxious to hear more. And the day he would arrive in Holland. So we were very fortunate that he chose Holland to be his first destination in the West. So we were very fortunate. So we were all excited. And our family and some other devotees, we all went to Amsterdam airport. So to receive him. So you know, I just want to share a picture. If it's okay. It's not possible, but I think it's blocked. But no worries. There's this one picture. If I can just see if I can find it real quick for you. Okay, no worries. There's one picture. Maybe a lot of you maybe already have seen this picture. Is where Gurudev is standing in line just at the gates, before the gates, standing in line, and he's just waiting, just like all the other people, just in line. He's just waiting and waiting to get to the gates. And every time if I see this picture, I was thinking, what was he thinking? What was going through his head? He was there for the first time in the West, coming to preach, not knowing what to find there, but not knowing who will be on the other side of that gate, and not knowing what will happen after that. So, I mean, of course, he's a big, but he's not like us. But this is just me as a normal person. I was thinking what was going through his head at that time, and I never really got the answer. But I was fortunate to get this book as a present from my brother and his wife. I'll show it to you. It's a small compilation from Srila Gurudev of his lectures that he gave in Holland. And just in the preparing this, I was just going through the first few pages and already got my answer, because you know he was standing there in line. Of course, he came here with a mission. He came with a very certain mission. And I just want to read just a small part of a part that he gave in an interview. So these are his words. My mode.
Sanjay Prabhu, you
yes.
can share your picture now.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. It's this picture I was talking about just now. And just look at this picture. Just imagine him coming there, Amsterdam airport from India. First time ever traveling outside of India. And just standing here. And now, actually, like I said, every time I'm looking at this picture, I'm thinking, what's going through his head? And I will read just a small part. My motive in coming to the Western countries is to fulfill two purposes. The first purpose is to have darshan of all the places decorated with Swamiji's lotus foot dust. I resolved, I must go to those places Swamiji preached in and take his very sacred foot dust on my head and heart. So that was his first mission. That was his first. That was his first mission, and his second one was. I will now explain the second purpose. I heard for 5 or 6 years that many sincere senior devotees who worked so hard for Swamiji, who helped him and served him like myself, were being neglected. I know that some of them who are very sincere devotees and want to serve Swamiji, your Srila Prabhupada, will, with all their hearts, are not getting the chance to serve him. So I wanted to go to those places and help unite the devotees again. Some inspiration should be given to them. They should eagerly advance in chanting Harinam and in their devotional services. In this way, they should progress in their Krishna consciousness. So when I read that, I was thinking, yes, that's actually the perfect answer I was looking for, because this is also a reminder from, even though Gurudev is not here physically with us, you get answers all the time from him. You can still have actually almost a conversation by his books, by the lectures he gives, by all the audio tapes that are available. Every time you hear or read something and you have something on your mind, it's just you can just open one of his books and you'll get answers, really, just like this. I was looking at the picture, I was opening this book, and I had the answer what was going through his head. He was there with his mission. He had two missions. He wanted to go to all the places where Swamiji went, and he wanted to unite all the devotees that were there to help them in their in their Krishna consciousness. So that was just beautiful. And so after. So now I'll take it back. So we were going to the airport, and we were there standing anxiously waiting at the gate, waiting for him. We had never actually really seen him. We never had seen him, but we had just a few small pictures, but never, we didn't even actually have a good image of how he looked. So we were all anxious. How will it be? Of course, Govinda Maharaj was going to our heads. So we were just anxiously waiting there at the gates. And back then, you could just in Amsterdam airport, you could see through the through a glass wall to the places where the baggage claim was. So we were standing there in front of the glass wall and looking where do you see some sign, some devotee or anything? And there he was, just sitting there, and with Madhura Maharaj was standing next to him, and he was sitting there so relaxed, serene. It really. And all, airports are very busy, everything is going on, and he was just sitting there waiting, very not bothered about all the things going there. When we go to an airport, we're always stressed. Oh, where's my baggage? Will my baggage come? And this and that. But this is Bhagavad. He was just sitting there chanting, and he was sitting there to remind me of a lotus flower. It sticks out of all the things beneath him. He's just serene, relaxed, and beautiful, just sitting there, and just being there. And we saw that, and we were also, it got more excited, of course. So we went back to the gate. We saw him move. We went running back to the gate, and then he came out. And we, my brother was there too, and my sisters and my mother and all the other devotees. We start chanting and doing kirtan and just jumping in our dhotis and kurtas and mridangas, bam, bam, bam. Just starting kirtan very loud. And just the look on his face was, I will remember that for always and ever. It's just, he was so happy to see all the devotees there. I mean, he maybe expected one or two just to pick him up, but the whole gang was there, and we were all chanting and jumping around like like madmen, and going with flowers and garlands and giving him, and just the face he was. The people who have associated with him know what I mean, and you just start to laugh, and the beautiful smile and a very glorious smile, and yeah, he started with his hands doing like this, and everybody just doing kirtan up and down in a busy airport. Everybody looking around, all passengers were looking what's happening here, but we didn't mind. We did the kirtan all the way right through the car. Till he got in the car and drove away. We still were doing kirtan, and it was just if I can share just one other picture, probably a lot of you know this one, but I just wanted to show you anyway. So this is the picture of him coming first time in Holland, coming out of the airport. You see my sister and my mother, and also if you recognize my brother, he was a bit skinny there, but he's the one with the mridanga. And we were just playing and doing kirtan very enthusiastically, you know, and Gurudev really, we saw on his face, he really enjoyed it. He was really pleased. So that was very nice. So after that, we went to a place, a farm, and it was very nice, very secluded, and a lot of devotees came there. And what I remember of that time of that moment is, it was. I mean, there was a first real contact with Gurudev, and I remember when I came in, and it was a big, nice room, and I remember Gurudev was just sitting in a corner, you know, just chanting, not getting bothered about anything, just really serene, just sitting there, very calmly, and just looking around for people coming in with this, you know, his beautiful blue eyes. Those eyes were just piercing through every soul, I think, that was coming inside, and he was just looking at them. And so I remember there was this sunlight coming in, and it was just hitting. The sun rays were just hitting his body, and it gives such a nice radiance as if he was glowing. It was if I just close my eyes, I exactly remember how that looked, and it was so beautiful. We all felt it, I think, but I really, if I keep it to myself, I've really felt, I don't know, something really spiritual. I knew there was something special there, and that this was not from this earth. So we all sat down, and Gurudev started preaching, started doing his Harikatha, and he instantly starting to talk about Swamiji and all his glories. And once he started, we all were like, wow, this is beautiful. This is any doubt we had of him being the right person for us, or anything like that, any doubt if the Gorbina Maharaj would not be replaced, or whatever thoughts were in our heads, it all just went away. It just melted like snow for sun. It all just melted away. We started hearing him preach, and we know this is someone that he's so special. He will bring us that same the same enthusiasm to go further with our spiritual life. So I want to just leave it at this. I hope you could follow my story. So I just want to pray to Gurudev. I'm just one of your fallen. I'm a fallen soul. I know this, and this. I just hope that you can. I just hope for your mercy, and I'm so glad that there's so many. You have left us with so many books, lectures, and especially all your sannyasis that like Siddhanti Maharaj is coming to Holland, and all other sannyasis coming to Holland and preaching all over the world. We are very grateful, and we can never, not in this life, in any lifetime after this, we can repay you for all you have given us. So, Vanchikalpa Karubhisha Kripa Sindhuveyocha Patidanam Paviyo Vaishnavyo Namaha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Samsundar Das. You spoke from your heart, very beautiful, especially that part that Srila Gurudev was waiting in the line. Actually, that is also symbolic, I was also thinking, because before Swami Maharaj came to the West, and after then Gaur-Govinda Maharaj came, and then Srila Gurudev, so Gurudev was waiting in the line, just like in the airport. So it's very beautiful, how symbolic picture. It is a very beautiful picture which you showed. And also I remember at the airport, how everyone was dancing, and Srila Gurudev was dancing with his hand and making moves. So beautiful scene it was there, and he captured our heart, because I know it was very painful scene after Gaur-Govinda Maharaj, after his departure. So it was very painful, but then Srila Gurudev came. We got a feeling that Gaur-Govinda Maharaj was there. The same feeling we had. We didn't expect that. Very beautiful how you described everything. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I was also want to add something.
Oh, Maharaj want to add something also.
That as Shyam Sundar Prabhu showed this beautiful picture, Srila Gurudev standing in line. Actually, his sacrifice is his most favorite place, Shri Vrindavan Dham, Shri Braj Mandal, and standing in line to make Holland devotees and the Western world devotees to be aligned with him. When I say to be aligned with him, evam gurum param param praptam, to align with that message which is descending from Guru Parampara. Srila Gurudev standing in line to align us with that message of Krishna. As been heard to Shri Nityan Prabhu, Prati Ghari Ghe Karo Ei Bikha, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shikha. Shri Gurudev, who is Abhin, not different from Shri Nityan Prabhu, also door to door, visiting everyone and giving this shiksha, encouraging everyone, inspiring everyone, giving a life to everyone. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shiksha. And since then, all the way after so many years, even this series of Hari Katha is going on. The preaching is wonderfully going on and spreading so much. This is just by the grace of Srila Gurudev. So I just would like to say thanks to Shyam Sundar Prabhu and want to inform all the devotees that Shyam Sundar Prabhu, I requested him to please help in the audio seva, and he very enthusiastically accepted that humble request, and he's contributing a lot. Maybe you'll not find his name anywhere because he's always very doing services very hidingly. He's not in front, but so much services he's contributing in this Gurudev's audio seva, which is going to publish in this year. So from all Centenial team, from audio seva team, from all the devotees, we say thanks to you for this wonderful seva of Srila Gurudev Vani seva. Thank you. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Mamta Devidasi from Holland. Mamta Devidasi is very dear to me, very much dear. In the time of Srila Gurudev, when we need groceries, she was also going with my mother each time with a car, driving sometimes in the winter when there was lots of snow. They couldn't even walk outside with all the groceries, all the shopping bags and with groceries. But each time when we needed her help, she was there for us. Many years she helped us like that. And even now during lockdown, she's helping us when we need groceries because we cannot go outside. She's ready to help. Whatever we need, she's bringing to us. So I'm very thankful to her. And I like her. Yeah, I'm requesting her to speak what is in her heart. And she will also end up with the kirtan. Mamta Devi Dasi can take over.
Haribo, Haribo. Okay, this is my thank you, Shashikala Didi, for giving me this opportunity to say something about Gurudev, what he meant in my life, what he gave me, and what he means to me. First of all, I would like to bring my obeisances to my beloved Gurudev, Vishnupada, Paramahamsa Parakachasa, Sasiva Bhaktivedanta, Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and unlimited obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, Srila Vijjan Bharti Maharaj, the whole Bhagavad Guru Parampara, all the Vaishnavas from the past, from the present, and the future, wherever they may be. I like to, how can I glorify Gurudev? The way Bhakti Rakshak Siddhar Maharaj is glorifying his Guru, I cannot glorify him like that. But I know that Gurudev pulled me out of a deep dark well and brought me back to life. Because one day I heard from Siddhar Maharaj, in a house where there is no bhajan for Krishna, that house is a house full of poison snakes. That's no life. But Gurudev brought me back to life. And I cannot repay him for what he did to me, what he brought to me. I never heard about, the first time I saw Gurudev, that was in 2001 in Den Haag, in Kerkdorp. The first time I never heard nothing about Mahabhagavat or, because Krishna arrested me in 2000. And then I went to the ISKCON and I never heard Guru Tattva. I never know about Guru Tattva. Then I get an invitation to go. My guru is in Holland, and do you want to come? But that time, the ISKCON, they forbid us to go, But I didn't listen to them. I went to the festival in Kerkdorp 2001, and then I was standing besides the doorway, and Gurudev was coming inside. So the moment Gurudev went inside, I saw him the first time. Something happened with me. I couldn't describe that at that moment. And then he walked in and he went to sitting on the asana. And then he said, "We all are ISKCON." That's the first thing I heard him say, "We all are ISKCON." But at that moment, when he was sitting on the asana, I was thinking, this personality is not from this world. This is the first thing that came into my mind. He's not from this world. And after later on, I saw devotees, you know, and, from Gurudev, and disciple from Gurudev, and I told him about my experience when Gurudev was walking into the walking in the room to go to the asana, what happened with me that at that moment. And then she explains to me that there was a connection between your heart and Gurudev's heart, because I never spoke to anyone about this experience. Then she told me that was within the Didi Sawatri and Savitri Didi from Vrindavan. She told me that was soul connection. Gurudev was connected at that moment with you, and it was. I never felt that before in my life. That was undescribable. So then I met, the first time I had darshan with Gurudev was in 2002. Gurudev went back to Holland in Amersfoort in the Grind. Then I had the first darshan from Gurudev, and I gave him dakshina. You know, I have some little dakshina, and I gave it to him. And then he looked me in the eyes with his blue eyes. And then he asked me, "Why are you not initiated?" The first thing he said, "Why are you not initiated?" And I was speechless. I couldn't say a word. And then he said, what will you do when death comes?" And then I was shocked. And after that, I gave him the dakshina, and then I went, you know. Then somebody, some older devotee, she said, "Guruji never speak like that, like this, you know." I said, I don't know what to say. And then then I saw uh, Ban Maharaj was standing there. And then he asked me, oh, how are you? You like this Krishna consciousness? I said, yes. Are you chanting? I said, yes, I'm chanting. Then he said, why are you not initiated? The same thing Gurudev said. Oh my God. Oh, and I was standing there, don't know what to say. And after that, there was a third person. I walked here, and then there was a third person, and that was Bhakta Sarup from Holland. And then he asked me, he said the same thing to me. Why are you not taking initiation? Three people, first Gurudev, and then Ban Maharaj, and then Bhakta Sarup. Three people within, let's say, 10 minutes. Then something came into my mind. Oh, I think Krishna wants to tell me something. And then I went outside, and then I saw another Prabhu, and he said, "Why? What are you doing?" I said, my 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 situation is not 100%. And then he said, "It will never be 100%. It's an excuse." You know, okay, then the next year, I I bought a sari, and I said to myself, okay, I'm going to take initiation. I'm going to take initiation. And then I asked my husband, because somebody from the ISKCON told me you need permission from your husband to take initiation. And then I asked him, and then he said no. And it was horrible. And then in 2004, I saw Asra Maharaj. He was here in Holland, and he asked me the same thing when we were talking, because he was here in, from Harik to do so. telling Harikata, and he saw me and he said, "Why are you not initiated? Everybody was talking about the same thing, and are you, why you don't, why are you not initiated?" And then I said, "I have problems at home. I cannot do it." And then he said, and Samaras told me, "Why don't do it in a sneaky way?" And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. He said, "Why not take it in a sneaky way?" So in 2005, I got, Krishna knows what is in the heart, and he always wants to help. So my husband is a musician. I'm also a musician. I'm playing in band for years. So Krishna arranged for him to go on a cruise, to play music on a cruise for 6 months. So he was away for 6 months. And I said, yes, this is my chance. This is my chance. I'm going to do it in a sneaky way. Oh my God. And 2005, Gurudev was here. And then Bhakta Swarup and some other Ashram Maharaj, they recommend me at Gurudev and said, Gurudev, you can give her initiation. And then I was there and I took initiation 2005. 11th of July 2005. I will never forget this day. And then I took initiation from Gurudev 2005. And then I was going to the east. That I was going to a program in the Busam, because there was a sangha in the Busam, and then I went there for program, and the disciples of Gurudev are talking about Gurudev in a very affectionate way. They're always talking about my Guru, Gurudev is telling this, Gurudev is telling that. Very affectionate, So that was very pleasing for me. And from that day, my life changed completely. and Gurudev, somebody asked Gurudev, Gurudev, how can I come closer to you? Because Gurudev always said, I'm closer to you than the air that you breathe. But we have to come also closer to Gurudev. Love is a two-way street. So somebody asked Gurudev, how can I come closer to you? And Gurudev said, everything you hear from me, every kata you hear from me, everything you hear from me, just tell it. Just go and spread it, and tell it to other people. So that was very, holiday, that was a relief for me. So I was in a, in a, in a, in a, in a, I got a chance also to speak in Harikatha in the temple, and I always remember these words that Gurudev said that to come closer to Guru, you have to repeat everything. It's very auspicious to to think about Vaishnavas, to think about them and to listen to the Harikatha and to follow their instructions. Because when Gurudev was going into Aprakat Lila, my work was, my work was falling apart. Then I went to Navit Vidam next year, the 2011, I went to Navit Vidam, and somebody brought me to, they were going to Mayapur to Harikatha from Srila Jampati Maharaj, and they said, do you want to come? And I said, yes. Then I went there. And from the moment I was there, there was Harikatha. I feel like I was home. I feel that Gurudev is continued to give me instruction through Srila Vidyanbharti Maharaj. and my life was back on track again. Because I was very, it's the most terrible thing that can happen to you when your guru is not visible in your life anymore. But uh, I got inspiration, and Shamarani Didi, she inspired me how to deal with this with this, and when guru is not physical, how to deal with it and how to look at it, So she inspired me a lot, and oh, and someone asked in Gurudev. Uh, so I was going to Navadvip Dam every time with Parikulam. I was going to the dam. 2012, I went to the dam also, and I went to listen to Harikatha from Srila Vichan Pati Maharaj. And 2013, 14, 15, 16, and 17, the last year, I was there in Parigram 2000 and Navadvip Parigram, and every year I was going to Srila Vichan Pati Maharaj, to listen to Harikatha. And after Harikatha, he always give everybody Mahaprasad. And someone asked him one time, but Maharaj, why are you giving always prasad after class? Why are you giving always Mahaprasad? And he looked at that person and he said, I'm giving them Krishna Bhakti. Bhakti I'm giving them Krishna Bhakti. But every time after class, everybody is in a very good mood because we're gonna get prasad from Srila Vijayabhati Maharaj. But he's giving Krishna Bhakti. So the
That's
Vaishnavas is
beautiful,
out there.
Didi. Maybe some last 2 minutes to close.
Okay. I'm gonna close up with a very nice song from Gurudev, please. And I have 3 minutes to sing for Gurudev. This song is special for my beloved Gurudev. When I was driving my car, I listened to Soul Kirtan. I feel so much joy, cause I am in a state of love, and the feeling get much better. Feeling getting on so strong. I'll take full shelter, cause I know where I belong. To my Gurudev, my Gurudev, my Gurudev. I remember I was driving in my car, listen to Soul Kirtan. I was driving in my car, feeling so much joy, and the feeling get much better, the feeling getting on so strong. I'll take full shelter, cause now I know where I belong. To my Gurudev, my Gurudev, my Gurudev, my Gurudev, my Gurudev, Gurudev. And I got a feeling where I belong. I got a feeling where I belong. I got a feeling where I belong. To my Gurudev, my Gurudev, Gurudev, my Gurudev. Go la hey, go la hey, go la hey, go la hey. Chant the holy name, holy name, holy name. Chant the holy name, holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Jai Gurudev Gurudev Jai Gurudev Gurudev Jai Jai Gurudev Gurudev Jai Jai Gurudev Gurudev Oh my Gurudev Gurudev my Gurudev Gurudev Oh my Gurudev Gurudev my Gurudev Gurudev Patita Pavana Gurudev Patita Pavana Gurudev Patita Pavana Gurudev my Gurudev Gurudev Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Vanchakapaturvesha kripa sindhu bhayavasya patitanam bhavanebho Vaishnavibhyo namo namaha Gurudev ki jai.
Oh, can you hear me now? Yes. Thank you, Mamta Devidasi, for glorifying Srila Gurudev from your heart, and also that you're ending with the beautiful kirtan. I remember also you spoke in the last also about Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj. I remember also that Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj also asked you to sing kirtan for him. So he was also listening to your beautiful kirtan. Also, when Srila Gurudev was in Vrindavan, he asked you also to sing for him. So Srila Gurudev was also listening to your beautiful kirtan, singing from your heart, closing your eyes and singing. Always I'm seeing you like this, and then you're forgetting the audience and singing from the heart. It's very beautiful to see, to hear. Thank you so much. Now we have a very special guest, our beloved Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj. He's coming in Holland since 1995 and preaching here in Holland and over whole world. And I think 2015, I mean, yes. Yes, 2015, and he's preaching a mission of Srila Gurudev. And here in Holland, he is helping us a lot. He is also guiding us. He's also one of the main preacher in Holland who is guiding us. Like the Seva team, which is here in Holland, he advised us to make a Seva team, and he selected also who would do which Seva for Srila Gurudev. And in this way, Holland is very much successful, and all are helping Vijay Prabhu in his preaching also. Actually, in Holland, the preaching is due to the mercy of Srila Gurudev, and like Srila Siddhanti Maharaj and all the main sannyasis who are coming here are the arms of Srila Gurudev. And so the instruction of Srila Gurudev is going on through their words, through their instructions. So I will not take too much time, and we would like to hear to hear from Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj. Maybe he can talk about the pastimes which he experienced about Srila Gurudev and also about his contribution. Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj ki jai.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshurumlitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Sadadaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnebhyo Namo Namaha Gaur sarjatramit nidhi gauram sarvam stuve. Gaurena pratitam rahasya bhajanam gauram sarvam dade. Gaurasti kripalu ratri na paro gaurasya bhritya sabhava. Gaur gauramacharami bhagwan gaur prabhu rakshamam. Radha chinta niveshinam yasya kanti vilopita. Shri Krishna charanam vande Radha lingitam vigraham. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Everyone together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. First of all, my humble obeisances at the lotus feet of my Diksha Gurudev, Nitya Leela Pravish, Om Vishnu Pad Stotra Chad, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, and similarly to my Shiksha Gurudevs, Nitya Leela Pravish, Om Vishnu Pad Stotra Chad, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedant Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and to Nitya Leela Pravish, Om Vishnu Pad, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vigyan Bharti Goswami Maharaj. My innumerable Dandat Pranams to the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and to all his associates, to Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari and all his associates, to Shri Radha Vinod Vihari. My Dandat Pranams to all viewers, listeners, especially Gaudia, Netherlands, the Seva team here, and of course to the host, this family who served Srila Gurudev and been serving from so many years. My pranams to all of you. Hare Krishna. Feeling so much thankful that since I'm in Holland and this event is taking place virtually, otherwise we had so much plans since last year to follow the centennial year of Srila Gurudev with so much enthusiasm and so much plans that will observe festivals at each and every locations where Srila Gurudev started, where his lotus feet in all those locations, purifying, making Holland to Holy Land. It was Holland before. But Tirth Kurvanti Tirthani, pure devotees, the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Gurudev, purifying the Tirthas. Then what to speak of purifying the countries? So from Holland to Holy Land, because of the Srila Gurudev's presence here. And similarly to many other cities and countries worldwide. Since because of this unusual circumstances happening around the world, cannot possible to observe festivals because of some restrictions. So at least we are using this virtual system to hear from many devotees, just like Shyam Sundar Prabhu spoke today, Mamta Didi spoke today, and it's been going on everywhere in the world, different locations, from UK Sangha, from Mexico Sangha, from Indian Sangha, and this glorification is going on to observe this centennial 100th, which is coming on 11th Feb. But actually the whole year is centennial year. And there's so many glories of Srila Gurudev from where to start with. There is no end to that because it's about Guru Tattva. And it's also making me a little nervous and confused from where to start with. Although externally, I had some association with Srila Gurudev. It's not proper to say that from my side that I have really associated with him, because actually association comes from the internal moods and adoption of the moods of Srila Gurudev, which I'm lacking. But there is also another term called external association. So from that external association, I have no words actually to describe the glories of Srila Gurudev. When, okay, from some incidents, I'm not starting all the way from my first vision, from my first darshan of Srila Gurudev, but in Mathura Math, in Shri Keshavji Gaudiya Math in Mathura, year 2000, when I joined Srila Gurudev after departure of my Guru Maharaj from this planet, I saw Srila Gurudev giving so much inspiration to brahmacharis, so much inspiration, asking them to learn shlokas, ordering them to stand and speak Harikatha. I was very shy, very nervous, and there was no any qualification and no training how to speak Harikatha. But Gurudev always wanted everyone to speak Harikatha. What to speak of brahmacharis, sannyasis, vanprastha, garasthas, even Gurudev's daughters. Gurudev made them so fluent in speaking Harikatha, and the whole world is witness of this. By seeing that so many sannyasis and brahmacharis speaking wonderful Harikatha, I got so impressed. And there was a desire in my heart that, oh, can a day will come in my life with the causeless mercy of Guru Parampara and Gurudev. If I'm able to speak 10-15 minutes, something like how they are expressing. And because this is the desire of Srila Gurudev also. I used to think, but then, oh, no, you can't. You're a backbencher, very introvert. You can't speak Harikatha. And it happened. Gurudev used to ask many times, preach. I want all of you to preach. The world is suffering from 3 tapas. Everyone have to go out and preach. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna Padesh. Amar agya guru hoya taro desh. Gurudev saying, Gurudev said, not only I am saying this, but this is the order of Mahaprabhu. Go and preach. Because when you preach to others, you get preached. The mission is not to just speak to others. By speaking others, you speaking to yourself. Make you fix and firm in Krishna Bhakti. So it happened that just one memory of Srila Gurudev. In North India, there's a state called Jammu. Gurudev, I mean the devotees there, they were my friends, devotee friends. And they hosted Srila Gurudev there and hosted Bhagavad Saptah, where our Ujjabatit Maharaj, he used to speak Bhagavad Saptah, and Gurudev used to come in the last 1 hour and giving the essence of that day, Bhagavad Katha. So all sannyasis, brahmacharis, saffron class brahmacharis, sannyasis, all have to sit on the dais with Srila Gurudev on a big asan. So one day, it was like second or third day, after Hari Katha, when Srila Gurudev came in his room, we used to massage him every day, and sometimes he used to ask some questions, and sometimes he's feeling tired, so we're not asking questions. But all of a sudden, after massage, Gurudev said, tomorrow your turn to speak Harikatha. I said, no, Gurudev, I can't speak. Then he just smiled. I told all of you to preach. Acha, anyway, some other time. So I got relieved. Oh, thank you. Because I'm not prepared. I was not prepared to speak at all. But Gurudev wanted me to speak. And in this way, around it was fifth day, Srila Gurudev came. We all stood up in his honor. Gurudev sat down, we all sat down. And singing was, Krishnadas Prabhu was singing was over. And Gurudev all of a sudden in his mic said, so yesterday we heard Krishna pastimes. Today, and from today onwards, we're going to hear 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna pastime, and Sriman Krishna Kripa Prabhu, he will speak on Brahm Vimon Leela. When I heard this, that's my name. There's no one else Krishna Kripa here. And I looked towards Gurudev and Gurudev said, indicating, stand up. And I was literally shivering there. How I can speak in front of Gurudev and also like 50 brahmachari sannyasis sitting there and like 500 people sitting in the audience. I got nervous. But luckily, by the grace of Srila Gurudev, I learned some verses and exactly the same pastime, Brahm Vimon Leela. I was learning when I was in Mathura because Gurudev said all brahmacharis and all devotees should learn one verse every day. Otherwise, what is your purpose of staying in the center? So that was like kind of habit learning. And luckily, I learned this. And Gurudev said this. And I was shocked how Gurudev know that I knew this topic well. So then I stood up, I did Mangalacharan, sweating, shaking, etc. Then I said, Srila Gurudev asked me, ordered me to speak on Brahm Vimon Leela. And I recited 7-8 verses in a row about how the sakhas of Krishna, they're jumping on the trees, how they're imitating monkey, how they're imitating like frogs, jumping like frogs. And these are like verses from 10th canto. So when I spoke 5-6 verses like that, Gurudev turned around, looked at me, if I have any paper or what. And he turned around me, then I looked towards Gurudev and I turned my face around because by seeing him, I got a little nervous. But then a smile came on the face of Srila Gurudev and he said, So I got so much confidence. Wow, Gurudev is so happy. So then I started speaking, but I didn't knew the system. If he asked me to speak, I have to finish in 15 minutes. And I was just elaborating on the subject, the whole Brahmimon Leela, the stutis of Brahma, no medyate varvoshu, dadidamba raya, gunjab. I was speaking and speaking, Gurudev looking at me, and I was indicating Tirtha Maharaj, tell him to stop. He's not stopping now. So I got, my dhoti, Tirtha Maharaj pulled my dhoti like this. He said, yes. Vancha kaltruvesha kripa sindhu. So I thought Gurudev is not happy because I took so much time. And then when at the end of Hari Katha, we came back in Gurudev room. I was massaging him. He said, Gurudev, did I did something wrong? I spoke something wrong. You don't look like very happy and pleased to me. He said, no, you have to learn this art. The art is, if you are told to speak, you have to finish in 50 minutes. Because otherwise, how others will get opportunity to speak? I didn't ask you to speak the whole Brahm Vimon Leela. It's too elaborate. It will take 4 hours. And you started from very beginning. Anyway, that was blessings. I got so much um, moved by this, that the blessings of Srila Gurudev. And I remember, always remember this verse. I'm just not presenting myself for any other reason, but Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangun Lange Te Girim Yat Kripatam Vande Paramanand Madhavam Shri Guru Deen Taranam. With His mercy, I'm able to speak in broken language, something mistake, sometime, some little Harikatha that was in my heart. But this pastime, how Srila Gurudev, he knew what I was already prepared to speak. So I developed, I'm conditioned soul. I started developing that, very condensed faith and Shraddha that he's not an ordinary personality. He's Antaryami. As we read in Shri Chaitanya Chitamir, Shiksha Guru is Antaryami. Shiksha Guru te jane Bhakt Krishna Sarup. Antaryami Bhakta Shresh Redu is Antaryami. And then one more incident happened, which made me again firm in this belief. And that incident is little not very polite, but no harm saying this because the glories of Srila Gurudev is present in that. In one occasion in Keshavji Gaudiya Math in Mathura, one of Srila Gurudev's disciples, Gurudev's own Diksha disciple, he started feeling some little jealousy for me. That we are not Gurudev disciples, but why Gurudev is giving so much attention to us? Whereas he is Gurudev disciple and Gurudev loves us more than him. And he was in charge also, in one sense, for some publication. Whereas we were also full charge, getting all responsibility for publication. So that Hindi magazine, Bhagavad Patrika, he was working on that and he produced this Hindi magazine, the monthly magazine. And intentionally, because of some, unusual, I don't want to criticize anyone, but that was his mood, his desire, so I respect that. He didn't mention my name there. On the first page, you have the acknowledgements, who did what, who is the editor, etc. So he put everyone's name, he didn't put my name in that. And I came to know from devotees that this magazine, this publishing, your name is not there. And I was in one sense was a little happy because in all the Hindi books, Srila Gurudev kept me and my godbrother and Amar Krishna Prabhu, 3 of us, and other devotees also in publication department, ordered us to take care of publication, whereas we are not even aware of this. How to do this, no experience. Gurudev said, you computer. I said, Gurudev, in our school days, there was no computers. I'm not familiar with computers. You will learn very quickly. Go ahead. And he said, I will give you computer. Gurudev ordered computer from America. Somebody brought computer and Gurudev asked me, oh, so here's the computer. I said, but I don't know even how to put on the computer. You will learn very quickly, I know, from our devotees. But I want you and all 3 or 4 of you full-time engagement in publication. Whereas we have no experience, zero, totally zero, believe me. But we are from North India. Hindi is our native language. So we understand English and Hindi and some other languages, but Bengali, no way. And Gurudev gave us this task to translate from Bengali to Hindi. And we don't even know what is the script, Bengali script, look like, and what shall we read like this or shall we read like this. But again, this is something very important. Guru Kripa hi Kevalam. Guru Kripa hi Kevalam. He infused energy in so many devotees to accomplish services from them to serve the mission of Mahaprabhu. If I think I have served Gurudev, I'll be foolish, number one. Or if I think I'm capable of serving Srila Gurudev, it's impossible. Aprakrit vastu nahi prakrit gochar. Gurudev is transcendental. Yeah? I'm conditioned. Soul. I'm conditioned. No capacity. But whatever he want to extract from his devotees, he can do because he's independent. And believe me, that Bengali, which is we are not even aware of, it became so easy just by seeing, started reading. No practice, never went to school or any guidebook to learn Bengali. So when my name was not there in the list, in that editor page, I thought for a while, very honestly, no need to hide. For a moment, I thought, oh, that's too bad. My name is not there. Yeah. But then again, other thought came, why are you looking for your name? Because in all other publications in Hindi, we intentionally never used to write our names. Gurudev always ordering us. Sometimes he chastising us, and sometimes he became upset that I don't want to speak to you. It became to that extent. Oh. Gurudev said, I'm telling every time, every new publication, why your names are not there. Not only me, but my other God brothers also. And we never used to put our names. We used to put some other devotees' names. To credits to them that they have done this. Yeah. And Gurudev sometimes chastising, sometimes, once Gurudev even said, I don't want to speak to you. You're not listening to me. But that's external. Internally, he was so happy and satisfied that they are not after name and fame. They only want to serve me. He was internally so much satisfied. Yeah. So, but this thing happened to me. I felt a little bad. My name is not there, even though, we are the one who do everything. But he was the one who was printed this. So I was in the room with Srila Gurudev and other brahmacharis also. And this brahmachari, he brought this magazine, Patrika, and offered to Srila Gurudev's lotus hands. And he was very happy. Gurudev saw this. He touched on his head, very happy. And I was thinking, let's see what Gurudev will comment. And he opened the first page. And very first thing, he looked towards the editor page. It is, you will not believe me. It is just like Gurudev is reading my heart and my mind. And very first thing he saw in that editor page, my name. And immediately he said, by seeing that, where is Krishna Kripa name? And I got goosebumps. What I was thinking, Gurudev already know this. Again he said, where is Krishna Kripa name? And this brahmachari, because he was not happy with me for some reasons, that only reason is why we are getting attention from Gurudev and he's not getting, being a disciple of Gurudev. But Gurudev never made any discrimination. Who is my disciple, who is not my disciple. Gurudev used to say they all are my disciples. Yeah, they all are my disciples. Gurudev chastised him. Why his name is not there? And he said, "Oh, Gurudev, I forgot." No, you did intentionally. Now this is published. We can't do anything. But remember, even if he work or even if he don't work in that particular book, his name should always be there. You understand? Then he said, yes. I made never discrimination, just like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Patra patra vicharam na kurute na cha param vikshate. Who is mine, who's not mine? Mahaprabhu never made any discrimination. Srila Gurudev, being very intimate associate of Sri Mahaprabhu, also have this mood. They are mine, they are not. No. When I was with my Guru Maharaj, year 1998 in Jagannath Puri, Srila Gurudev, whenever he's visiting Sri Jagannath Puri, he always coming to see my Guru Maharaj. I was speaking about this point yesterday in the class. Srila Gurudev paid obeisances to Guru Maharaj. And then there's one Singhania ji, all those who are senior devotees, they know him. He has a big, big house on the seashore, big house. And he used to host Gurudev. And he used to be, you know, very calm, serene person. He used to give so much donation to all temples. So once upon a time in the evening, me and my godbrother Madhavya Prabhu, after serving our Guru Maharaj, we came to see Srila Gurudev because we came to know he's staying there. And Gurudev was speaking Hari Katha in the evening. We attended his Hari Katha. Hari Katha was over. Then we paid obeisances to Gurudev that, that we have to leave. We were brahmacharis. And Gurudev said, listen, serve your Guru Maharaj very seriously with your heart and soul. There should not be any lacking in your services. But both of you have taken so much from me also. Where is my Guru Dakshina? You have taken so much from me also. Even prior to you met your Guru Maharaj. You have to give me also. Where is my Guru Dakshina? So far, your Guru Maharaj is present on this planet. He's my Shiksha Guru, and I was his first servant. Gurudev said, I was his first servant. When he's present on the planet, serve him with so much affection, sincerity. But when he will leave this planet, you have to come to me and you have to give me for what I have given you. Gurudev became so grave speaking this. You have to give me. You have received so much from me. When are you going to give me? But Chakshudan dilo jai janme janme Prabhu se. Guru Tattva is him. And if we think we have given in return of what he has given to us, that's not proper understanding. We cannot repay him. In one lifetime, birth after birth, birth after birth, birth after birth of what he has given to us, we cannot repay him. And we don't want to repay him. Let this debt always on the head. Repaying someone means connection finish. We want to get indebted, although we can't pay him. What Srila Gurudev has given to us. If we think about this, his contribution not to individually, each and every of us, but to the entire world, entire universe. He gave us what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give to us. Swabhakti Shriyam Anarpitam Charin Chirat Karunya Avatina Kalau Samarpetam Unnato Jarasam Swabhakti Shriyam. That Unnato Jaras, the beauty of that, Mahaprabhu came to give that. Swaparsha Swadham Sahavatari, with all his associates and his dham, Shri Navdeep Dham. As Shri Mahaprabhu, very generous and compassionate, Shri Navdeep Dham is also generous and compassionate. Shri Navdeep Dham gave shelter to those who are offenders, who offended Krishna in Krishna pastime. Shri Navdeep Dham gave shelter to Brahmaji, to Shiva, to Indra, all those personalities. Yeah. And similarly, the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, equally very generous and compassionate. And they're all giving the same. What? Not Krishna. Krishna Prem. Prior to Srila Gurudev, we didn't even knew what is the meaning of Shraddha. Only in coming in contact with Srila Gurudev, we came to know about this. What is Shraddha? We were thinking Shraddha means just faith. Okay, I have faith for this sadhu, faith for Krishna, that's it. No. The Shastric explanation of Shraddha, we heard from Srila Gurudev. We learned from him. We heard from him. Shraddha tu anupayo varjanam, bhakti unmukhi chitta vritti vishesha. Giving aside all other attractions. When the mind senses get inspired to serve Krishna, that's Shraddha. Shraddha Shabde Vishwash Kohe Sudhid Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kritya. It is so easy to say we have Shraddha. But when we hear this definition from the Shastras explained by Srila Gurudev, we think we are not nowhere. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kohe Sudhid Nishchay. What does Shraddha means? Sudhid Nishchay, the firm determination that by performing Krishna Bhakti, I have performed every other sadhana. Do we have this Shraddha? Gurudev elaborated on this. What is the definition of sadhana bhakti? Kriti sadhya bhave sadhya sadhana sa sadhana vidaha nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatam hidim sadhana. Definition by Srila Gurudev from Srila Rupa Goswami. What is the meaning of bhav? How bhakti grows from klesh agni shubda moksha laguta kritta sudurlava sandaranatma visheshatma Shri Krishna karshnicha. Bhakti Samin Sindhu. We were not aware of all these things. Gurudev introduced this. Or introduce means infuse this to his followers, to all his devotees. Without any determination. Without asking anything in return. Bas, just like Mahaprabhu and Nityam Prabhu, Shraddhavan Jana Hai Bhakti Adhikari. Shraddhavan Jana Hai Bhakti Adhikari. One who is Shraddhavan, little Shraddha, is qualified. That's what speciality of Gurudev made everyone qualified just by seeing a little, small little faith in that person and poured that details of that drop of Bhakti Sindhu, the ocean of Bhakti, which is given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Rupa Goswami. And by giving to him, Mahaprabhu said, Rupa, I'm only making you taste one drop of that ocean of Bhakti. And with that one drop of ocean of bhakti, Rupa Goswami Pad, he made Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, the ocean of Bhakti Ras. Ocean have so many things. Jewels are present in those oceans, but who can go dip into those ocean, dive into that ocean and bring the jewels out? Srila Gurudev, he brought those jewels and he distributed. He distributed those jewels. These terminologies, the terms, Ado Shraddha, Tatha Sadhu Sangha, we never ever read this. Just by attending his Hari Katha, his classes, and he's every time repeating this, and just by hearing from him, we learned that. Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, Anarth Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Prem. We never heard this. Then Sneh, Man, Pranay, Rag, Anurag, Rud, Adirud, Modan, Madan, Madanakhya Mahabhav. All this sequence of bhakti all the way to Madanakhya Mahabhav. Practically every class, Srila Gurudev used to speak these points. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to express, and he expressed in his songs, in his scriptures. He also wanted to make us aware of what is the goal of our life and what is the mission of Gaudiya Sampradaya. So what is Gaudiya is all Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's contribution. Srila Gurudev used to say, we are eternally indebted to this personality, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who is Gaur Shakti Sarupaya Rupa Anuga Varayati. Even though everything present in his books, but who propagated that? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. But when Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada wanted to leave this planet, he was not very happy. He was not happy. He was very sad. Why? Oh, Prabhupada, you are sad? You established 64 centers. The preaching, extensively preaching everywhere in the whole country and even overseas. Still you are not happy? Why? Because I've not given to the world for the reason I came in this world. My whole time just spend it in cutting the jungles, he used to say. To cutting the jungles, to explain Prithvi te dharma name joto katha chale, bhagavad kare paripurna chale. All those different sects and religions prevailing on all the planet, in the planet Earth, expressing this is bhakti, Prabhupada is saying this is not bhakti, this is not bhakti, this is not bhakti, this is not bhakti, this is not bhakti. He said, my whole time spent in explaining and cutting the jungles that this is not bhakti. But you all thinking this is bhakti, this is not bhakti. My whole time spent in that. I'm not able to give what I wanted to give actually. And then disciples, prominent disciples of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada, also Srila Param Gurudev and other acharyas, not so much time to explain actually what is bhakti and what Mahaprabhu came to give to us. Why Shri Krishna came. Rag Mar Bhakti Loke Koritha Pracharan. Before we didn't knew this. We only understood Krishna came to establish dharma. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata. Paritrinaya sadhuna vinasha dushkritam. We only knew this. Srila Gurudev came and explained to the whole world, this is not the prime purpose of Krishna to come. He came for some other purpose. What is that? Prem ras nirjas koritya swadan. Ragamar bhakti loke koritya pracharan. Rasik Shekhar Krishna Param Karun. Shri Krishna is very compassionate. He came on this planet to taste that prem and to make his associates taste that prem. But in that course of tasting, he wanted to give Rag Marg Bhakti Loke Korite Pracharan. He wanted to distribute Rag Marg. And Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came to give this Rag Marg Bhakti by saying Sakala Jagat Kare Mora Vedi Bhakti. Vedi Bhakti te Braj Bhav Paite Nahi Shakti. Chaitanya Chitamit Adi Leela. Everyone only fond of performing Vedi Bhakti, but with Vedi Bhakti you cannot get Rag Bhakti. You cannot get Braj Bhav. And Mahaprabhu came to give Braj Bhav. Chari Bhav Bhakti Diya Nachainu Tribhuvan. Mahaprabhu is saying, I will make everyone dance in the Tribhuvan, in the three worlds, by giving four bhavs. Dasya Sakhya Vasalya Madhur Bhav. That was the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The mood of Sri Rupa Goswami, Srila Bhakti Thakur, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, and Param Gurudev, and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. But if we want to build a palace, if we get one barren land, first we have to clean that land to build a palace. Yeah. So much energy, so much time, so much preparations was there to just make that barren land to fertile land. So it's not that Acharyas or Srila Prabhupada have not mentioned or described. Yes, but most of our time was spent to explaining this is not bhakti. Srila Gurudev was holding a very special mood that what my acharyas, my guardians, my guru vargas wanted to give, I want to express this to this world. Maybe if you're able to follow or you are not able to follow, at least you are hearing this. Your life is successful even if you're hearing this, then what is the aim and object of our human life? At least you're aware of this. And in one lifetime, you will attain that goal of life in one lifetime. But at least I will make them aware of this. In his lecture, Srila Gurudev used to say, even though I'm speaking the Prayojan Tattva, the highest goal, and I don't know how many of you are able to follow this or not. I don't know, but maybe some, maybe 2, 3. Even then, my mission is successful. So Srila Gurudev was holding that legacy of entire Guru Parampara for the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the mood of Sri Rupa Goswami, who was Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale, who came to establish the Manobhisht of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that is Parakya Bhav. And it's wrong, totally absurd, if people are just saying that Sri Narayan Maharaj only speaking about Prayojan Tattva and only speaking about Parakya Bhav. Srila Gurudev used to say, yes, why not? We don't have any other purpose. We don't have any other thing to speak. This is what mentioned by Chaitanya Chitam in Chaitanya Chitamrit by Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. This is what mentioned by Shri Bilmangal Thakur in Krishna Karnamrit. This is mentioned by Shri Kaviraj Goswami in Govind Lilamrit. And this is mentioned by Shri Rup Goswami in Bhakti Sami Sindhu, Shri Sanatan Goswami in Brihad Bhagavatamritam, Bhakti Rasayan, and by Shri Raghunath Das Goswami in Vilap Kusmanjali, by Shri Jeev Goswami in Shri Gopal Champu, by Shri Gopal Bhatt Goswami in Sandarbhas. What is there? This is the only our purpose. But with proper practicing principle. Srila Gurudev was very strong in sadhan and inspiring everyone to also perform strong sadhan, not just verbally. You can speak or hear. Gurudev was focusing so much on sadhan. Sadhan bhakti. He himself was practicing this. and encouraging everyone to practice like him. Gurudev said, don't try to become a big scholar. Get admission in the school of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. This is Gurudev's wordings. I'm repeating. What he meant to say. Try to get admission in the school of Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj. Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, who was, from material perspective, illiterate, can't read and write. But what was the glories of Babaji Maharaj? Vipralambha rasambodhe padam bhujayate namah. Crying and weeping. Kothai go premamai radhe radhe. Vipralambha bhav. Tasting that separation mood and crying and weeping for that. Gurudev said, I'm not preaching to make you all laugh. I'm here to give you, to make you cry for Krishna. These words are not ordinary words, Gurudev saying. Crying for Krishna. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu crying for Krishna, Sri Rupa Goswami and all Guru Parampara crying for Krishna, Sri Radharani crying for Krishna, that Vipralam Bhav. Jai Jai Ujjwala Ras, Sarva Rasa Sar, Parakiya Bhave Jahan Brajete Prachar. This is the only Prachar in Braj, Parakiya Bhav. As Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Goswami Maharaj explained, every rasa has Parakiya Bhav. Dasya Ras, Sakhya Ras, Vasalya Ras, and Madhur Ras. These are the jewels. We are accumulating these jewels from our acharyas. Those who are expert swimmers, who can go deep into this ocean of Bhakti Ras. The ocean of Bhakti Ras explained by Sri Rupa Goswami. Servants of Krishna, Raktak Patrak thinking. The Krishna came from Mathura and we don't know when he will go to Mathura. So they develop this. They immediately feel that Parkiya Bhav. That Krishna is not, Parkiya means which is not mine, not ours. Srila Bhakti Raksha Sridhar Goswami explaining this. Krishna is not ours. He came from Mathura, then we don't know when he's going to leave us. So they immediately feel that Parkiya Bhav. That separation, Sakhas also, they're gossiping, speaking to each other. Oh, we heard Krishna came from Mathura. We don't know when he's going to leave us. He's not ours. He's not ours. They feel that, start feeling that separation. Even then Krishna is present there. Yashoda Maya, Nanda Baba also feeling. And what to speak of Madhur Ras, Braj Gopis. Jai Jai Ujjwala Ras, Sarva Rasa Sar, Parakiya Bhave Jahan Brajete Prachar. Shri Gurudev boldly used to say, I have taken everything from Rupa Goswami and Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Many commentators on Bhagavatam and scriptures, they have said many things which are all 100%, 1000% bona fide and correct. But Gurudev said, my hero, in one sense, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. I took everything from him in my explanations, in my commentaries, in my works, in my books. In those years, beginning of Gurudev's preaching, these three books came. Nectar of Govind Leela, Bhakti Rasayan, Going Beyond Vaikuntha. Wow, that was the master work. Going Beyond Vaikuntha, the story of Gop Kumar, Bhakti Rasayan, and Nectar of Govind Leela. Wonderful. And when these books came in English, Western world was so much amazed that they never ever heard this in their life. I'm just pointing few, just touching those points. And there's so much elaborate subject to speak on. Elaborate subject. Gurudev presented his meditation in the form of the pictures that we are serving everywhere in all houses and around the world, painted by Shamrani Didi. And Gurudev is correcting her. No, the hands of Krishna should be like this. The tears should be like this. Because this is his meditation. Now we are worshipping this. Gurudev said, this is my heart. The Seva Kunj picture is my heart. When he said, this is my heart means, this is what his meditation. And in that painting itself, now this is again going to be a very elaborate subject. The prominence of Ashray Vigraha, Ashray Tattva on the Vishay Tattva. Srila Gurudev said, did ever we hear Radharani pacifying Krishna? Did we ever heard or written anywhere Krishna is in sulky in man with Radharani? No. Always Radharani is sulky mood. She is in man. And always Krishna is pacifying Radharani. Who is more prominent? Who is God? Who is Bhagwan? Is Krishna? Yes, personality is described. Brahmaji describing Anadi Radir Govind Sarvakaranam Karanam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Ete Chajkala Krishna Ete Chajkala Pumsam Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Yes, personality describes. But the Supreme Personality, what he's describing, what he's describing, Supreme Personality Shri Krishna, who is Anadi Radir Govinda, he's saying, Tuhu lagi mor barajwas, bole tuhu bina kaha ras, tuhu lagi mora barajwas. Bhakti Thakur explaining this. Krishna is lamenting. Oh, what is the use of me staying in Braj if you are not here, Radharani? Krishna, who is running, rolling on the ground, calling out Radhe, Radhe, and in Radha Kund, chanting the name of Radharani. Who is pacifying whom? Is there any painting? Radharani pacifying Krishna? Sometime Krishna tried to do this. Gurudev said in one of his class in Mathura, I remember. Krishna is trying to imitate Radharani. That always she is in man and I am pacifying her. Let me try once. Because he always comes late. And Radharani is always punctual before time to arrange this amorous pastimes. So Krishna just trying to imitate Radharani. Krishna sitting in the kunja and Radharani came and Krishna turned his face around. Just like imitation, right? Like Radharani never wanted to see Krishna. Krishna is trying to imitate, turning his face around. And Radharani just said, Shyama Sundar. Just by hearing the name, Krishna melted and he looked towards Radharani. Bas, finish, man in 1 second. Or if just Radharani say, okay, if you don't want to speak to me, I'm going. No, wait. I was just making a drama. Who's running after whom? Ashray Tattva. The prominence of that's our Gaudiya philosophy. The devotees of Vishnu call Vaishnavas. The devotees of Krishna call Karshnas. And devotees of Radharani call Gaudiyas. Srila Gurudev holding this legacy of entire Guru Parampara, the mood of Sri Rup Goswami, the mood of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, the moods of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying? Je jan je bhave se bhave thake, amito radhika pakshpati sada kabu na heri thake. Radha paksh chhadi, je jan je bhave se bhave thake. Anyone who wants to give up Radharani, the worship of Radharani or believing that she is prominent, let them live in their own world. Amito Radhika Pakshipati Sada. I'm always taking the side of Radharani. That's Gaudiya philosophy. But who introduced this philosophy? Who propagated, I mean to say? That's Srila Gurudev's contribution. Otherwise, I can boldly say this, and no one can cross my words. If Srila Gurudev would have not taught all of us and preached this and propagated this, the whole world would have been bereft of this Radha Tattva and actually Gaudiya philosophy. Entire world is indebted to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, and Gurudev did spoke this, saying, "When I will leave this, when I will leave the world, then the whole world will understand what I gave to this world. Then they will understand my contribution. When I'm present, I'm alive, many understanding, but many are still against. Yeah? But when I will leave this world, then whole world will come to know what I've given to this world." But Srila Gurudev, that's a big price, very big price. The whole world came to know about your glories and about come to know about the glories of Gaudiya Sampradaya, the actualities, the philosophy of Gaudiya Sampradaya. But of but with this price that you have to leave this world and keep all of us orphans without any shelter. It's a big price, Gurudev. Big price. Uh, so I think it's time now. But I wanted to say so many things. So many things. What we are all hearing and speaking, who taught us this? How we learned this? All these words, this philosophy, these verses, these pastimes, A, B, C, D of Gaudiya philosophy, from where we learned this? Srila Gurudev opened his heart without asking any price for that. But yes, he did ask something. I want to mention that. He did ask. And that is, everyone should accept some responsibility serving the mission of Mahaprabhu. Always Gurudev emphasizing on this. Don't just live without philosophy, without responsibility. That's not human life, that's not Vaishnav life. Take some responsibility, because when you take responsibility, you're responsible for that service. Can be any responsibility, any small or big, doesn't matter. Tulsi leaf is small or big, doesn't matter. It's enough to offer to Krishna. But everyone should live with some responsibility. Take something on your head. Don't leave this world without anything, without any contribution. Contribute something in the service of mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gurudev said, I never sat idle in my life. Never. There are so many devotees around the world. They have taken this responsibility, but there are more responsibilities to be taken. So please spread the word. Srila Gurudev words to your friends, to your relatives, to your neighbors, to whomever you know. In simple language, in broken language, doesn't matter. But the entire world should come to know about the Gaudiya philosophy, come to know about Yuga Acharya, Srila Gurudev. That's the appropriate title you can give to Srila Gurudev. But Srila Gurudev did mention, any title is not enough. Maybe you can write 108, 1008, 100,008, or 1,000,008 in front of the names. Gurudev said, if you just write Nitya Leela Pravisht, that is enough to glorify Acharya. In comparison with this one title, Nitya Leela Pravisht, means he already entered in the pastime, eternal pastimes of Radha Krishna. What can be more? be more big title than that. The glorious title. That's the glorious title. All other titles are fade. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. Giving up all other designations. Yeah. But one who has entered Nitya Leela, that's the glorious. That's the aim and object of human life. To serve Mathur Vire Kate Brajavasi. Serving the lotus feet of Radharani when she is in separation from Krishna. So much services is required there. So much services is required there. And so much services are required here. Seeing the condition of the world. Everyone, with whatever qualification, whatever understanding, come forward. Take some responsibility. Gurudev always saying this. Serve the mission. Not only just taking, receiving, but giving. Gurudev said, I always gave. I never received or I accepted anything. I always gave. So the ocean, Guna Nidhi, the ocean of qualities, the transcendental qualities of Srila Gurudev cannot be described with this material understanding, with material tongue, and in conditioned state. But we have no other option. Only when one comes to the platform of transcendentalness can explain the qualities of personality like Srila Gurudev. Vandana karite moi kato shakti dhari tamo buddhi dosha matra damba matra kari तथापि मुकेर भाग्य मनेर उल्लास दोष खमी मोह धमे करो निज दास. Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur explained this. How much we can glorify Srila Gurudev with our senses. Not possible, but just we pray at his lotus, divine lotus feet. Please keep on showering your mercy to us. Keep us always attached to your lotus feet. May we can get attachment to your lotus feet. And this life would be successful if we develop. I can say if we develop 1% of Shri Guru Charane Rati, Aise Uttama Gati. The Rati, the attachment at the lotus feet of Guru Padpad. Nitya Leela Pravisht, Om Vishnu Pada Stotra Shad, Shri Shrimad Bhakti Vedant, Srila Narayan Goswami, Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Pimanandi, Hari Hari Bo. Vancha Kaltruvich, Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Now after speaking so many more thoughts and glories of and pastimes of Srila Gurudev is knocking, but some other time, if we get this opportunity again, we'll describe more. Respecting the time factor is already over time now. Sorry for that, and we'll hear more glories. Thank you so much. From tomorrow onwards, Monday, Holland time, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. We're going to start Srimad Bhagavad Katha for some days because has been requested by some devotees to me and to Vijay Prabhu that last year anyone in this year, so many devotees, they lost their parents, their relatives, and especially this year, Anupam Prabhu was a very good friend of mine. He left this body because of COVID from South Africa. So just to remember them, we are conducting this Srimad Bhagavad Katha. If you have anyone in your mind, in your list, please send message to us. We will also keep them, their name to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev and to the deities here, Giriraj, so that wherever they are, they get good destination and get bhakti from wherever they taking birth again. So they can get spiritual benefits by that. Only with this mood and vision, we are trying to, for just few, maybe 2 or 2.5 hour maximum, we'll speak some Srimad Bhagavad Katha, followed by Yajna, which will be just like online Yajna. All can participate in that because presence is not allowed, it's restricted here. So let us do something. Something is better than nothing. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for Guardian Netherlands for inviting me to give me this opportunity to glorify Srila Gurudev. And that moment when we hear, remember, glorify Gurudev, that moment, that hour, that minute, that second is valuable, and that second is very glorious. And because you have given this opportunity to me, I am highly grateful to you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for explaining the contribution of Srila Gurudev, his deep moods, how Srila Gurudev opened his heart, and how everyone should contribute also in this mission and not sitting idle. And like in the beginning also, it was explained that Gurudev, how he was waiting in Holland in the line for his turn to preach here in the West after Srila Govinda Goswami Maharaj. And then he opened his heart. So like all the acharyas, they were making a platform for preaching, a strong platform they made. And after that, Srila Gurudev came. And then he opened his heart. And he explained, like also Maharaj was saying, how to serve Radharani separation, the Parakiya Bhav, all the deep essence he gave to us. So, and also Maharaj was serving Srila Gurudev so much, also in book distribution, so much he contributed also. So much knowledge he has, and also so much association of Srila Gurudev and Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj. So much nectar he's sharing, and we are very fortunate that he came in Holland and also sharing this deep thoughts to us. We are thanking him because we are ending here, and I hope that you will join us in our next session. And Premanandi Didi, she will announce also our next program when it will be. Premanandi Didi.
So Hare Krishna, all devotees. This was our Centennial program, our 2-weekly program. From tomorrow onwards, Bhagavad Sapta will start with Sripad Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. And every two weeks for the whole year, this Centennial celebration program, glorifying Srila Gurudev, spreading his words, his mission, and all the inspiration from all devotees. So every 2 weeks, we have an international speaker and some devotees from Holland to to bring their heartfelt offerings to Srila Gurudev at his lotus feet and inspiring all of us. So we will share all the information and the links in the groups and online. So we all invite you to join. Thank you very much for your attendance today, and we hope to see you very soon.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. O Jayo Gurudeva, Jayo Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jayo Gurudeva, Jayo Gurudeva, Jayo Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jayo Gurudeva. Jayo Patita Pavana Gurudeva, Patita Pavana Gurudeva. O Prabhu He, 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 Prabhu He. जय श्री गुरुदेव की जय, सचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय, श्री गिरिराज महाराज की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल, श्री गौड़िया नीदरलैंड्स की जय, हरे कृष्ण.
Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj ki jai, all assembled devotees ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.